Hi and welcome back to Inspired to Game. Today I am doing a playthrough of Life of the Amazonia as well as a review. Now, this is my first play of it solo, and I don't know quite how it's going to go. I have played the game before. In fact, we actually have our names on the cover of the rulebook, which I have to share because I was really tickled that they did this. So I was one of the local captains for Bad Comic Games as they went through their playtesting before it went to Kickstarter. So we played lots at that point in time, and we have played since we received our final copy of the game, actually just once. So this is going to be a great experience to try the solo mode because that wasn't developed at the time when we were playtesting. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of setup because I don't want this video to be too long. However, I will give you the anatomy of what you see here. So this is the waterfall where you track your points from getting new landscapes, trees, aquatic flowers. These are your tokens that you will get to be able to purchase. This is a bag building and tableau building game. Over the course of the game, you will be getting additional landscape tiles and build them up and then purchase animals to go on top of them for scoring combinations. So there are different sets of animals that give you different scoring combinations. We are using the basic A set. The sets go all the way up to E, I believe, which give you a lot of different combinations for different gameplay. So depending on the amount of players, depends on how many animals you are going to have set up. For a solo game, you set up the animals as if for a two-player game. So for instance, here you see the woodpeckers. They've got 6 woodpeckers for a two-player game, and they are going to score you 4 points at the end of the game for every woodpecker adjacent to a tree, as in a pair. Same thing goes for the frog. So that starts off with 6, and it's going to be for a frog and an aquatic flower will give you 4 points for each. Macaws are a larger animal, and they take up 2 hexes on the space as opposed to 1 hex for the smaller animals. They have to be put on a green tile, so a forest tile, and then something of anything else. So I could place a macaw like that. Macaws are going to, with this, score you based on the number of trees in the same forest habitat. So giant otters also take up 2 spaces that can be 2 of anything. So you could put it like that, whichever. But they take up 2 spaces. And they are going to score you points based on how large of a contiguous habitat you have that they are in. So then there are the caimans that score for how many aquatic flowers you have in their habitat. Jaguars also score 3 points for every adjacent animal. And toucans score just a straight 4 points for every toucan. And they also allow you to potentially get extra bonus hexes if placed on a bonus hex. And then there are the tamarins as well. So bonus hexes are on your different locations. So this is forest, grasslands, and water habitats. So to begin the game, you will have a bag that contains a certain amount of resources. So you will have 2 coins, 3 1 coins, 2 waters, 2 leaves, and 2 fruit. As you can see, each of your animals are going to have costs. Those costs are on the lower left corner. So for instance, a giant otter, 8 fruit and 2 leaves, 3 fruit, 1 leaf for the frog, so on and so forth. So being a bag builder, you're going to want to get bigger and better tokens to add to your bag. So that's what you begin with. In each game, everyone will also have a special animal to start off with, a unique animal that is there for only them to play when they have an opportunity to play it. I'm starting off this game with piranhas because I like the piranhas. They're adorable, and you get 2 of them with these ones. Now, piranhas must be adjacent to large animals. You can only place them when you have a large animal there, and when you place one, upon placing you get a seed, which is a wild token, equal to the number of adjacent animals. So that's my wild to start off with. Okay, and also to introduce for solo mode, we have here, this represents Bad Comet, which I'm playing against in this game. So after every turn, I will progress that forward, and I have my automa tokens here in their bag. And so you'll see how that goes as we play. So to start off with, you will draw 5 random tokens from your bag, and that's what you have to work with for your first turn. Now, at the end of each turn, you can reserve 1 token to your side, and you can increase that by moving up on this track so that you can reserve 2 or 3. It can lead for more powerful turns later on in the game. So to begin with here, I have 2 coins. Now, for that, I can purchase another 2 coin, and that's really about it for 2 coins. So these are the coins I can purchase: the leaves, the water, and the fruit. It has the costs here on the side, as well as what it is. So for 2 coins, all I can do is purchase another 2 coins. So as I do that, I put them in my discard boat here. So those aren't available to me until I'm able to put that back into my bag. Now I've got 2 fruit and a 1 leaf and a 1 water. So with that, you can see I can't purchase any animals. All the animals start off with a minimum of 2 fruits, so I need to start getting some more of those, but there are still some things I can do. So over here on this track, you can see for me to purchase another landscape would cost me 1 leaf. To purchase a tree would cost me 1 leaf, and trees have to be placed on the green forests. Or I can purchase for 1 water an aquatic flower. Now I am going to use this 1 leaf to purchase another bit of landscape. So I have 3 here to choose from. Now I will add it on like so. So whenever you're adding new terrain onto your existing thing that you're building, they must conjoin like this. They can't overlap or anything like that. And usually you're going to want to try to get like areas together because some of the animals will be scoring based on like areas. So I am going to do that to start off with. Now I can spend my 1 water to get an aquatic flower, so I might as well do that because I can't use that for much else. Now there are these extra tokens on the tiles which allow you to have a bonus activity. So if I, for instance, place this one here on that seed, I gain a seed. Now a seed is a wild token that I can use in another turn. You can never have more than 4 at a time, and when you use them they just get discarded back down. So I have this 2 fruit left, and I can't purchase anything for 2 fruit, so I can put it to side for the next turn. So that was my first turn. I will move this forward 1 space, and I will get ready for my second turn. So I will pull out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've got a lot more money. I can buy more things this time. So I've got 5 money. Now another thing that we have here on the board is we have insect cards and scenery cards. Insect cards provide you with an immediate bonus, whereas the scenery cards provide you with extra endgame scoring points, depending on which cards you get. Now these all cost water, so it's a good reason to get water, but at the same time trees and landscapes cost leaves, so it's good to get those as well. Because I have 5 and I do want more money at this point, so as not to waste the extra one, I'm going to spend all 5 actually on a 3 coin to help me make larger purchases later on. So this is what I have left. I am going to use this to get my first tree. So that will move me up here because I am using this to purchase a tree. Now I forgot to move this up to indicate that I have purchased 1 landscape. Now purchasing my next landscape is going to cost me 2 leaves instead. The cost goes up as you do it, so that's always a good reason to make sure that you're pushing yourself up onto the track as you need to. Now this little bonus, this hand, means that you can grab another thing out of your bag when you do that, and this one with an X lets you remove something from your boat, and that's actually a really good thing to do. So I am going to put this one on this, which lets me remove something from my boat, and I'm going to remove one of the 1 coins, especially now that I've got an extra 2 coin and I've got a 3 coin. This lets me concentrate the power in my boat. So I will just remove that from the game. And I've got these 2 left, which can't buy me anything. And I can't keep both. Now, I can use my seed now if I want to make this a 3 fruit and a 1 water to get, say, a frog. Or I could use the one along with the seed to push me up to being able to keep 2 things. It's really valuable having those seeds, so I'm not sure if I want to blow it yet. But it's also really valuable to be able to reserve 2 things, so I am going to do that. I'm going to spend this one with that seed to push me up on this track. This also lets me remove 1 thing from my boat, which I'm going to remove yet another 1 coin, because those do bog you down, get out of the way, and I will keep that one for another turn. I still can't do anything because I only have the 2 and that can't buy anything, but someday that will change. Okay, so going on to the next turn, so I will move that forward for the Automa. We're getting to the point of doing something fun. I have nothing in my bag anymore. My bag is empty. So now I get to take my boat and I get to empty it into my bag, and now this is my new draw pile, which is a little bit stronger than when I started. So I draw my 5 tokens. All right, and this is what I've got to work for. So I've got some more money now, 3, 4, 5. I could use it to buy more money, but at this point I want to start getting some other things. So I want to get some more of those, as well as some more of those 2, 3. Oh yeah. I'm going to use this 3 to buy 2. And then the 2 to buy another 2 coin. So another thing that you can do is you can use any 2 tokens to equal any 1 value of something else. So I'm going to use these 2 to equal a 3rd fruit, so use that, and this with this to get a woodpecker and get on my first animal. So now this has to be placed by the tree to score. I can place it here, and then I get to draw another one from my bag, which seems like it, or I can place it here, because on the card it shows it can be placed in the yellow or the green location. I think I will place it here, so that I could draw another one from my bag, which then I can have to the side, which will benefit me for the next round. Okay, so that is the end of that round, and as far as cleanup goes, I will move this forward. Now we get to do an action from Bad Comet. So I'm going to pull one of the Automa tokens from the bag, and it's got 2 sides. So one side has an animal, and that's what's going to be done first, so it shows a toucan. So I am going to remove a toucan from the game. Now on the other side, it has 2 with an insect, so that shows that the second insect card is going to be discarded. And then we will replace. As well, it shows that we will move Bad Comet 1 up onto this track. And then that goes there. Now I'll get ready for my next turn. I will draw my 5. And I've got 1, 2, 3 left in my bag. My bag is empty. Now that it's empty, I can put this back in it. So 3, 4, 5. I'm in the money. I'm in the money this round. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. I've got some good money to spend. This can be a good time to pick up a larger amount of something or divide it out and get more things. Okay, I'm going to use 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get 3 fruits because I need more fruit. That leaves me 3 left, which I am going to use to get 2 leaves. That leaves me with 1 leaf that I will put aside for the next round. So that was a bit of an investment in the future round. All right, I'll move the Bad Comet forward there, and now into my next turn. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, got lots of leaves this time. So this is great. I'm going to use some of this to expand on my territory. So I'm going to use the 2, push myself up here to get another land bit here. Now I can choose. I'm trying to keep this green area together here, but I wouldn't mind keeping together some blue as well. So I think I might actually go here. The nicest thing about playing solo is you can take however long you want deciding what to do, and there's nobody to make you feel guilty. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I bought that. I've got new landscapes. Now, I want to work at getting a toucan. Okay, I'm going to use these two to up myself to get another tree. So I will move up to here. Now there's a seed there. That means that I get a seed for coming up to that location. I am going to put this one right there. All right, so I've got 2 coin, one of these. Not a lot I can do with that, and I can only hold 2 things on for the next round. I think I'm going to let that one go, so I'll just discard that, and I'm going to keep these 2 for the next round. Unless I want to use my seed, but I don't think I'm going to just yet, because I could use it to get a frog, but those seeds are pretty powerful and they're kind of nice to have. So I'll move this forward here, and that actually gives me another seed for the next round, and I get to draw again. I've got one last thing in here. It is completely empty. I will dump in my boat. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was hoping to draw some of my fruit so I could do more with that, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Okay. Now I can get trees. Let's put that all together. To go up on this track, it's nice to be able to do that. That costs 4 though. I've got 2 coins, so I'm not going to be buying a lot. I think I am going to get some more land again. So 4, 5, lots of that. Okay, I'm going to move up on the track here. Cost 2 to buy another one of these. Which I can nestle in like that, perhaps. I'm going to use this opportunity to get another tree for 2. Push myself up. Now, as you go up this track, you're also gaining points, so the numbers on top of the track equals the points that you're getting from moving up. Now, this one would let me get rid of something, but if I was to get rid of something, I'd like to get rid of 1 coin still at this point, so I'm not going to cover that up. I'm just going to put this in here. I'm trying to build up some trees in this one plot because I'm hoping to get a macaw, and they're worth points for how many trees are there, so that's a good way to use those. I am going to use these 2 to move up on this track to get another aquatic flower, which I'm going to place here to get another seed. Let me do some more things. Now this also gives me the bonus of I get to draw 1 more thing from my bag. Maybe it'll be helpful. It is a little bit helpful because now I can use this money. So I've got 4, and I do think it would be nice to be able to get some of these. I could get 4. I'm actually going to get some more fruit because you really need fruit in order to get these animals. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm just going to keep those for now and move up onto here. So the next thing that Bad Comet is going to do are they are going to remove 2 woodpeckers, and then we are going to lose number 1 on the scenery, and then move up 1 on the tree track, and that goes in there. Now I can draw my new 5. 1, 2. It's got to be a lot of money in here. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'll put this with it. I finally have some nice fruits there. I've got 5 fruits, and remember I've got those seeds I'm going to want to use soon, but I also have a lot of money, so I'm going to figure out my money first and what I'm going to buy. Okay, 4, 5, 8. Okay, with 8 I'm going to use 4 to buy another one of these, and then I have another 4, which actually there's 3, which I think I will use to get a water. Okay, and that I'll just put aside for now. Let's see, so 5 and 1, because I can get out a macaw, and I think I might actually do that. It'll take a couple of seeds, because 3, 5, 6 to make that, and another one to make that 2 leaves. But by doing that and spending all that, I can get my first macaw. All right, so they have to be on a green and something else. I think I'm actually going to put it there. So that means it's in the green forest. And I'm going to remove, I think I have a 1 coin in here. Didn't I have? Oh, I have a 1 coin there. Okay, I'm going to actually discard that, and so that I can discard that 1 coin just to get it out of my bag. So next, bad comment's going to go. And they're going to move a caiman from there, and the third of these. And they will go up 1 on that track. Now there are 3 here, so for the next round, I'm going to be putting these back in the bag. And I will draw my next 5. And I got 1 in here, and that's it. So I will add this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 7. You know what? 7 will give me a 3 fruit. So I'll put them in there. And these I am going to hold on to for the next round. So this moves forward. Now that has an X. So that lets me get rid of a 1 token in my boat. I think I might remove a 2 coin, because I'm getting to the point where they're less important to me. Okay. And I will set up for my next round. 3, 4, 5. Now, sometimes I'm really bad at looking at these. And especially that's a limitation I find with doing a solo playthrough, is I kind of want to keep things moving. So I try not to take as many pauses and read things, which I should do to play a good game. So this one, if I bought it for 3 water, would let me take 1 token of choice from the discard pile boat, letting me reuse that. Now I've got 2. This lets me collect up to 2 unoccupied special things, and that costs 4. And this one for 4, collect a token of choice worth 3 in value. That's a really good one, so I should be paying attention to these. So these are the endgame scoring. So this one would let me score again another baby macaw. And this one here for 6 water cost, choose a tree and collect 2 points per adjacent different life. So that one could be really nice as well. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So I've got 5 and 2 of those. Ooh, and 3 of these. So let's see. And I also have 1 of those. Now I could get a macaw with what I have. And if I remember correctly, a toucan. It's worth 4 points, and if I place it on a bonus hex, then I get to gain that hex again. So I could do that. I would love to get an otter, and I'm kind of working towards getting an otter, but I'm not really that close to that. I can also just get a frog or a woodpecker, but it is nice having a little bit more. So I think I am going to get a toucan. So for 5 and then the 2 water lets me get a toucan. And I can place them anywhere as shown by the gray hex there. I will place it. I don't have a lot of great available ones here, so I'm just going to place it here. And that lets me get any one. It would let me get any one of these extra little hex tokens, because placing the toucan on it lets me do it twice. That means I get 2. So I'm trying to build up my forest location. So I'm going to grab 2 forests. Okay, just to help build this up. And I will just place them right here. Now these can also be placed on something, so I could place it on top of one like that, but I'm just going to add on to my existing habitat to do that. So I've got 3 left. 3 is the next that I get to do to add on another habitat. So I think I'm going to do that. So 3, I'm going to push up onto there to put another habitat. Now that also gives me a bonus of I can remove 2 that I'm not interested in there to refresh that. First, let us choose from my 3 here. Let's see. This allows me to build up on both habitats there. So that is what I am going to build, and I'll put that aside and decide on 2 of these that I'm probably not going to be interested in. I'm going to discard that and that one. Okay. And that refreshes. Ooh, for 10 water, you can get a large animal. That's a lot of water to have. Okay, so that's that turn done. I will pull forward. And let's see what bad comet's going to pull out of its bag. So we get a toucan gone. All right. And we remove the second in that. I have been pushing that down. I'm not positive about that. And move bad comet 1 up on the track, and that is discarded. Now, as far as the end of the game goes, that happens when bad comet's thing gets down to the end here. So we are kind of halfway through the game as it is. Okay. So let's see what we draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got this. Okay, I'm going to use these 3 to move up on the tree track and put out another tree, because my macaw there will be worth more for how much trees are in its habitat. I want to get more macaws too to double that value as well. So I've got 4 coin to buy something. I'm going to get another one of these, although I do want to get more water and more of those, but because it's 4, I don't want to buy something that's 3 and waste the 1 at this time. So let's try that. These 2 I will put aside for another turn. All right, so we move bad comet forward, and what are they going to do? They're going to remove a caiman. They're liking the caimans. All right, and the third of this. I'm not being consistent at all with that. I know it. I see what's happening. And we'll move them up the flower track there. Okay. Now it's my turn. I've got 1, I think, in there. Yes, we are done. 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. The one thing that's nice about playing this in multiplayer is that even with playing with 4 people around the table, you have a lot of time to figure out your turn. So you pull your tokens for the round, and while the next person goes and the next person, you get to kind of spend time thinking and figuring out what your plan is going to be. 6. So I've got a lot of these now. I've got 6, which is fantastic. So I'm getting towards my otter. I really want an otter, but I'm not quite close enough yet. But I do want more macaws. Now this could be a good time to either use this, or I could use 2 tokens instead to be the extra leaf that I want. Now 3, 4, 5. So I think though I do want to use one of these. I'm going to use this 3 to buy another. See, I keep on wanting to get one of those, but then they just get gone. So I'm actually going to this time get a leaf with that. I think I'm going to do 2, 4, 6, and I'm going to use this, and these 2 I'm going to use as another leaf, spending the whole lot of it to get another macaw. I am going to place this macaw here to get rid of something from here, and I'm going to get rid of another. Ooh, if I can get it out. Another, I think the 2 coin. What's that? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this 2 coin because I'm getting to the point where I don't really want to be spending a lot of money. so this moves forward to there. Bad comment is going to go again and remove an otter. I want an otter. I can't afford an otter. Now I can remove 2 of these. This can be my choice. I'll remove that one. I'll get rid of that one. Okay. And then I will move them up 1 on that track. Okay. Now my turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's see, what can I do with this? So 5, that's really nice for that. 3, and then 1 water, and I still have that if I want to use it. 5, I can get another another macaw, and that might not be a bad idea. And so I will need to use these 2 to make the 6. So there's 5, and then that will be a 6, and this is a 2, and all that together will get me another macaw, which I will place here. Now I am keeping an eye out. I want to place my piranha at some point. That will give me a seed equal to the number of adjacent animals, but must be placed by a large animal. So I've got one there, and I'm kind of hoping to put a piranha there. So I'd like to put some more animals around it, so by the time I place it, I can get more than 1 seed, because I can only do it twice. But I noticed this game is a little different solo in that it's progressing really fast, and there's not a huge amount of turns left. So honestly, I might do it soon, maybe next turn. If I could get maybe my otter in there, then it would give me another seed or even another macaw. So we will see. So let's move this forward. Now I do get a seed from that, so yay! All right, and let's pull again. So 3. I've got, I think, exactly 5 in here. Yeah, that is empty now. Okay. For some reason I think better with it on this side. I don't know. It's strange. Okay, so I've got 4 money, 3 and 2 and 1, so I could get a frog to go with that, or I could get a woodpecker for one of my trees. Neither of those is a bad idea. They're both worth about 4 points each, and I can't do a lot more with that. So let's choose one of those to do. I've got lots of trees. Doesn't really matter because it's the same amount of points. So I'm gonna get the frog. So I'll take this and this to get my first frog because they are cute. I will put it there. All right, this I think will be safe for the next round. 4 coin. I have been buying lots of fruit. I really have been trying to get that otter out. So do I buy one of those or do 4 points? I just like fruit. I'm getting fruit. Okay, let's advance that. Let's see what happens. Oh no, what's it gonna take? It's gonna take 2 tamarinds. I don't care. I'm not going for tamarinds. And the second one of these, I haven't even looked at that yet. So, hey, who cares? And advances up the tree track by 1. All right. So now I get to draw, and as established, that's empty. So let's maybe hope for some good fruit. All right, 3, 4, 5. And you can see why I stopped wanting to get money, because you reach a point in time where you want to concentrate your bag to the resources you need to build stuff and not invest in the future of buying. So I can use that to buy something, or I can use them too as something else. So here I've got 5. Okay, you know what? And I think I'm actually going to do that because with 5 and this 2, oh, I can't remember, I've got that too. I can get another macaw if I use these 2 as something, or I could actually just use one of those and actually use my money. I think I actually might do that. So 5, 6 for one of those, and a 2. I can get the very last macaw. All right, and I will put it here because remember that my idea with the piranha. So I want to put a piranha, and that will give me 2 life for when I do that. Now I'm going to use this 5. 5 can give me 3 money or I could just use one of them and get a 2 water. So I will do that. Okay, and I can keep 2 things, so I'm just going to keep those 2 for the next round. And now Bad Comet is going to get a pull from the bag. And we get, okay, 2 frogs gone. Oh no! 2 frogs. Fly away, frogs, because that's what frogs do best. And we move one of these and move them up on this track. Now they don't get any of the benefits there because they're not building a landscape or anything like that, so that doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what we can grab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm still trying to get that otter before they go. I want an otter in there. 4. Okay, and I've got these as well. So for the otter, it's good to build as big of a landscape as possible as well. Well, I'm going to get another terrain. So 2, 3 will push me up here for another terrain tile, which I will take as this. Okay. I'm probably going to put these aside because that's going to help me try to get an otter next time. I'm actually going to use these 2 and this as a 3 to get another tree then and push me up, and I get to go to get another seed and I'll get a tree because that will make my macaws worth more. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 trees right now. So 4 trees will mean each macaw will be worth 5 points. So the next threshold will be 6. So if I get this one, and it can be anywhere in this contiguous forest that I'm building, so that doesn't really matter at all. But so I will just put it there because it really doesn't matter at all. Okay, and saving those for the next round. So Bad Comet. Oh, actually, sorry. This is supposed to go back in there. At 3 is when you dump it. That was the 4. The one nice thing about playing solo too is when you make mistakes, well, you don't have anybody but yourself to complain. So I drew the macaw, and there are no macaws left, so that actually gets removed from the game, and I will pull a different one instead. And a toucan, so that's going to finish that. And we will get rid of the second one of those and move them. No, that's me. 1 up that track. Okay. And I will pull my 5. I'm getting towards the end. This is crazy. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, and I've got these, so I'm hoping I can get my otter. Okay, so 5, 9. So I can get my otter. I'm 1 shy of those, but that's okay because I've got seeds that I can use. Okay. 6, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I have to use them all, eh? Okay, so 9 fruits. 1 of those and a seed to finally place an otter. Because you ought to place an otter. Now they've got to be, the otter has to be, it can be on anything, but it's got to be on the same terrain. So I am going to place that there. Okay. And I think because we're closing into the last thing, I'm going to place one of my piranhas anyway, because even though it's going to give me only 2 points. So I'll place it on this one, which will let me draw something else from the bag. Oh, it looks so cute there. So I draw another one, and because there's 2 large animals beside it, I get to draw 2 seeds. Now, I think I mentioned I can only have a maximum of 4 seeds at a time. So now I've got these 3. Now, is there anything I can get that's useful for 3? So I can get another water lily. It's 1 away from being able to push up to that to be able to hold 3 in reserve. Or let's see what I can get from here. I think I'm going to buy this. So I will use that to buy this one, my first purchased one, which will let me get another seed, and I'm going to be maxed out with seeds. So that just gets discarded because it was a one-time use. But it was a good use for that, and now I can just keep those to the side, and we move this forward. Nothing happens with Bad Comet, and I just pull, and I've got one last one here. Okay. At least I got an otter for sure. But if I can get more otters, that's great. If I could build up that landscape, that's great too. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, along with this. Now I want to count how big my forest is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I've got 18 there in my forest. So 18, that'll give me 11 points for my otter. If I can get that up to 20, that's going to be 13 points. And if I could get another otter, then I can double that too. So I'm going to have another goal to get out another one of those. But let's see how much we've got of this. 3, 5, so 7. I'm really close to another otter. And it's the last one there. I can pull something from the bad comment that removes it. So I think I need to do that in this round because I can do that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with one of these gets discarded. And this 2 lets me get the last giant otter. Alrighty, so I'm going to want to put that in this area. How many trees do I have again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. I definitely want to make sure to get another tree. My next tree is going to cost me 3. I think I'm actually going to use these to do that. So 2 and 3 to push this up here, and I get another one of these, and I get another tree to add to in here. All right, now we move forward here. Got lots of seeds. Okay. Oh, they're gonna remove otter. Otter is already removed, so that removes from the game. Already done, I mean. 2 frogs. 2 frogs go. See you later, froggies. And number 1 of this, and up the track. All right. I think I moved forward there. Oh no, deforestation. Okay. And I had nothing in reserve, which makes my turn a little bit weaker. So I've just got 5 and a 2, and then money, which I really don't want to worry about spending right now. So I want more terrain to make my giant otters worth more. So I would like to build another one of those, and I might actually use some of those in order to do it. I can also place my second piranha and get 2 more of those if I'm going to use that. Okay, because we are coming up to the end, so I am going to do that. I am going to spend these 2, and I'm going to spend 2 of those to then put out another terrain, and I get a bonus of another individual terrain. Okay, so I'm going to take this one, and I get to choose one of these, which I'm going to choose that. And it doesn't really matter where I add it onto at this point in time, so I'm just going to put it around maybe in here. It'll all be part of that. And then I'm going to add in this as well. Just someplace randomly. Let's kind of put it in there. There we go. Beautiful. Let's just put out a woodpecker. So a 3, and I'll use these 2 as a 1 leaf to get out a woodpecker to put beside a tree. And I'm going to put that here to get rid of some money, because I'm not really using money anymore anyway. So that just goes away. And this I will put aside for the next round. Coming up to the end. Okay, we get rid of a jaguar. So jaguar is gone. And I can remove 2 things. I don't have lots of those anyways. That could be good. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. All right, and we move up on that track, and that's 3. So this time I remember that's going to be dumped in for the next round. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 4 and those. Okay, I'm just going to get another woodpecker with those and place it by a tree. So this is a set this is a set. I can place it down here, or I can place it there. Either one of those would work. There's no good tokens I can put it beside. I'll just place it there. So I've got 4. Let's see what I can get here. I can get this one. So I can get 2 seeds with that, but I can place that and get 2 seeds. I'm going to do this for 4. I'm going to buy this one, which lets me place 1 tree and 1 flower, not pushing up any of the tracks. So 1 flower and 1 tree. Okay, so let's put the aquatic flower there and get another seed. I still have another thing to use that for, and I will put this tree there. Beautiful. And I'll put that aside. Okay. So they remove one of those, and I can do the remove 2 from here. And I'll remove that, and I'll remove that. So I have one last turn. This is my last turn for the game. So hopefully I can pull some really good tokens. All right, that's not the best start. So that's 2. Let's see. 3, 4. And 5. Okay, not horrible. And I also have this, and I've got 3 seeds that I can use. So how can I make a good turn? Okay, I'm going to count up my landscapes again to see where I am with my otters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm 22 with my giant otters. Now, if I get 2 more, that could push me up for their scoring. And trees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I definitely want 1 more tree to maybe push up to there, but I probably can't do both of those. And I have a lot of macaws, so I think I might want to push that up and get another tree if I can. Don't have much for water there, so I've got 3. The trees will cost me 4 to move up. And let's see, do I want to try to get any more life? I can get another woodpecker for 4 points, but honestly, I want to see if I can manage to get more terrain to push up for there and another tree to push up for my macaws. I think I want to try to do both of those. So both of those to get another terrain though cost me 5. I'm not sure if I could do that. So 2, 3. And if I use those as 4, I can get it. I think I might be able to do that. So, okay, so 2, 3, 4 for a tree to build up in here. And as I said, I don't think it really matters where. I'll just put it there. And so 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Because I want to use the piranhas, but I'm just remembering I would get 2, but I can't take 2. I can only take 1 at a time. So I probably should have used one of those with my last move instead, as I used both of those. So if instead of using this one, if I had used one of those for it. So I still have this and I lose that instead. A little bit of a tweak because I kind of jumped on that too quickly. So I used one of those, so now I have 2. So placing the piranha there, I get 2 more seeds, whereas otherwise I couldn't do that. So I think that all works out. Another bonus of playing solo, you can slightly undo half of a turn that you were on because nobody's gonna care, hopefully. So now I can absolutely get this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can push that up to here to get another terrain. Okay, which I'm going to get this one here because it's kind of the biggest. That's there, and put it there. Now this I can use for pretty much nothing. It could be 1 of something, and 1 of something doesn't get anything. But that's it. So now this turns to here, and it is the end of the game, and we're going to go for scoring. So it does feel like the solo mode went faster than a regular game does, because it's got a timed and exact amount of 20 turns. So I do see how maybe in future games I might kind of play a little bit differently given that constriction. Okay, I do have a pen here. So let's see about scoring. All right. So this is solo. I will just do it on the back of this one. So my name. Okay, so first I score woodpeckers. Woodpeckers. So 4 points for every grouping. So I've got 4, 8, 12. Frogs, didn't go crazy on frogs. I only have 1 frog with matching flowers, so that's 4 points for that. I got no macaws. Tamarins. I got toucans. I got 1 toucan, which is worth 4 points. Now this is going to be my big score, the macaws. Okay, I will double check my trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trees. So I get 9 points for each macaw. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 9, 36 for my macaws. That's a pretty good score. Okay, next caimans. I didn't score any caimans, but otters I did well on as well. I will double check how much landscape tiles I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's 24 plus. That's 15 points for each otter. So that's going to be 30 points for my otters because I've got 2 of them. Nothing for the jaguars. Honestly, I didn't wind up getting any scenery cards this time. And that's not really a good thing because those can be a really good repository of points. Now I'm going to score for how high I made it onto the terrain track, and that gives me 4 points because you only start getting scores up to there. Tree track, I get 8 points, and here I didn't go too far. I only have 2 for the water lilies. You score points for any extra seeds, and this is a first player end that doesn't count in a solo game. Wow, so that's exactly 100 points if I have done the math correctly. I'm one of those people that pulls out my phone calculator for everything, but my phone is recording, so I can't do that. So I got 100. Now in solo mode, I'm going to be subtracting the tracks that the Automa went up here. So we have 13 for points there plus 3, so 16. So 100 minus 16. So that's 84. 84, yeah, so that's right. So 84 points is my end amount of scores for this, which doesn't sound really fantastic. So let's take a look at what my goal was. Okay, so to get a silver medal, that would have been 100 points. So I got 84. So hey, it's my first time playing the solo. I've got the bronze award for that. So there you have it. There was a solo play of this game, and yeah, it plays very similarly to the multiplayer game. But the biggest thing that I noticed just on this one-time play is by having that timer of how many turns you get, it is very restricted and you have to plan and be a lot more careful. I think going into another game of this, I would have focused a little bit more on the water so that I could have gotten some more scoring or gotten any end game scoring through there. But it still went really well and it was fun to play. Now, this is a game that I really enjoy playing. It's really fun to put out your tableau of critters and creating a jungle. Each time it's completely different. There's a tactile fun of pulling out your tokens out of a bag, seeing what you get, and also doing the bag building component where you're building it up as you go, and you get to build it up as you like, and that's what makes the game very variable, because if you're building it up with a lot of water, then you're going to be getting a lot more of the insect and scenery tokens. If you're building it up with more of the leaves, well, then you're probably going to have more terrain, bigger terrain, really play on these scoring mechanisms, as well as maybe more trees. So that's kind of what I was going for this one, because I knew I wanted to kind of focus on the macaws and the giant otters for those extra points. But also keep in mind, this is just one set of scoring animals. They change, so different sets will have different scoring mechanisms. So that's a nice thing about the game, that keeps it really new all the time. So playing with completely different scoring mechanisms, it's never going to get boring because it's always changing. And this game does play really well in the multiplayer, because as I mentioned, as you go around, everybody at this, before you even take your turn, everybody pulls their 5 tokens, and as other people are taking their turns, you get to figure out what you're going to do when your turn comes. So it actually moves really fast, but it's really much the same game in the solo. Now, the solo does have a whole bunch of different scenarios to play that will each play differently. So there are also 2 tracks for this that are both different, and different setup depending on which scenario that you're playing with. In any case, I want to thank you for joining with me today. I find doing playthroughs and solo playthroughs kind of a little nerve-wracking, because I'm still a bit more newer at it, and it's weird to think when you have cameras on you, and also try not to take too long on your turns and so on and so forth. So, because as I mentioned, I think that's one of my favorite things about solo playing, is you don't generally have to worry about that at all. You don't have to be self-conscious about things and just do whatever you want. So as such, Life of the Amazonia makes a really wonderful solo game. Check it out if you have a chance to. It is a lovely game. Thank you so much for joining with me today, and as always, happy gaming, folks.